One second. Okay, go live now. Okay, help me don't forget. Countdown first. Go live and countdown. Okay, we'll start now. Countdown.
Indahnya negeri ini dengan hasil bumi yang melimpah. Dari hasil bumi, kita bertransaksi. Bertransaksi, jual, dan beli. Pasar adalah tempat kita berbagi rezeki. Tempat terjadinya denyut ekonomi. Penuh dengan informasi dan silaturahmi. Hasilnya bisa kita nikmati. Kesejahteraan masyarakat harus didukung keuangan yang sehat. Karena itu, perbankan sangat penting bagi industri keuangan nasional. Kepercayaan nasabah merupakan faktor utama dalam industri perbankan. Melalui fungsi intermediasi perbankan yang mendukung pembangunan nasional dari hulu hingga hilir ke seluruh lini hingga ke pelosok negeri, LPS hadir sebagai lembaga yang melindungi nasabah dan mendukung stabilitas sistem perbankan melalui program penjaminan dan resolusi. LPS turut serta memelihara stabilitas perbankan dalam pembangunan nasional demi kesejahteraan Indonesia di masa yang akan datang. Dari kita, untuk kita. LPS, aman, tenang, pasti.
Hello everyone. Good morning, afternoon, and good evening for all of you around the world. It's a nice day. Today is World Teacher Day. Okay, first, introduce myself is Ayu Wahyuni as moderator in the International Conference today. Temu Pendidik Nusantara, Chapter 9. This amazing event was supported by Lembaga Penjamin Simpanan, Warga, and Nutrifood, and our partner are Yayasan Guru Belajar, Cerita Guru Belajar, Kampus Guru Cikal, Kampus Pemimpin Merda, and Teach First Indonesia. Reminders for the participant, you can screenshot or quote exciting parts of the session and post them on your social media with the hashtag bergerak untuk berdampak, hashtag bergerak di TPN9, and mention Temu Pendidik Nusantara at Teach First Indonesia. And of course, our speakers today at Prueter and at Lisza Megasari. Okay, okay, now introduce our amazing speaker today. Our speakers, our first speakers is Priscilla Prueter. Hello, Priscilla.
Hello, Miss Ayu. Hello, Ega. Hello, everyone. I am speaking from Brazil, and it's really early in the morning here at 6 a.m. And I'm very happy to be here again with you.
Okay. Okay, introduce our first speaker is Priscilla Prueter. She is a music teacher and car conductor passionate about the technology, newest to include music in the school curriculum, right? And her presentation today is about improve your classes with Chrome Music Lab. Okay, Priscilla, how are you today?
I am really excited.
Wow, excited too. Okay, are you ready for give us a new insight?
Yes, of course, I am.
Okay, okay, time is yours.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you to share the slides so everyone can see. Oh, thank you. So, I am a music teacher here in Brazil, and I'm going to talk today about Chrome Music Lab. And it's a music lab that you can access by your using your web browser, and it has 14 tools. But today, due to the time that we have, we're going to talk about 5 of those tools. Okay, so here we go. Just let me. Okay. So, how about using music in your classes? And no, you don't need to be a music teacher to be able to create amazing lessons with the resources of Chrome Music Lab. It's a fully intuitive online music lab that lets you explore music and its connections to other contents such as math, science, art, history, and so on. It's free and requires no login or installation. Just use a web browser connected to the internet to access it. So it's very easy to use. And Music Lab, as I told you before, has 14 tools that allow you to create a variety of musical experiences. And today we'll talk a little bit about 5 tools. Let's go. So I will talk briefly about those 5 tools, and then I will show the tools you at the end, okay? So the first tool is shared piano. It's a collaborative piano that can play up to 10 students at the same time on each link, allowing everyone to play together. There is also the possibility to change the instrument and save what is played in a link to share with classmates and teachers. So with this tool, students can learn about different sounds and explore their creativity together. Collaborative composition is an idea. So you can work on, for example, your students access the same link and they can explore what sounds go together, a piano and a flute, a guitar, a string, which notes sound good together, and what is this music. So one student can play and the others need to find out what music is playing by these students. So talking about collaboration, groups can, for example, can assemble their compositions and share them through the same link, so it's easy to access. So how about a virtual concert made by the students? um, so these are some ideas to work with shared piano, and I will show you the shared piano by the end, okay? The next one is song maker. You can create rhythms, melodies, change instruments, tempo, scales, time signature. It saves the composition in a link, allow you to embed or download the sound file. And each color represents the sound of one of the 7 musical notes. So you can draw, for example, and play your drawing. And that's right, you can play your drawing. It's your draw. It's very funny. We're going to take a look. Rhythm is another funny tool, and kids usually love this rhythm tool. Rhythm brings rhythmic schemes that can be easily changed. There are 5 groups, and each one is represented by animals. So they have little monkeys, little owls. They are very cute. And in each scheme, you will find 3 sounds that can be inserted or not, according to the wishes of the person in charge of the activity. It's possible to explore rhythms and the body itself in movement, so you can see what the little monks are doing, and you can try to do as well. Or even students can create their own rhythms, make changes, and try to reproduce the beat by means of the body percussion, the body movements. Okay. I'm not sure if you have already used Core Music Lab. If you're watching me, and let me know if you already know about this tool. Okay, and the next one is Kandinsky. Kandinsky is a tool that was inspired by the story of the Russian painter Vasily Kandinsky. And I know we have this war now about Russia and everything, but Kandinsky had a particularity. He could hear colors. Considered He was considered the father of abstract art. So Kandinsky brought to his canvases colors, geometric shapes, lines and lines, and with all strong, everything with this strong connection with music. So through this tool, we can instigate our students to explore colors, geometric shapes and patterns, the concept of abstract art, even this current context of the Russian and Ukrainian war, and the movement of um, this political thing that is happening, that we need to not talk about Russian artists, for example, which I do not agree, but we can put this discussion inside our classrooms if we want so. And when you open the tool, you find a blank canvas, and you just everything you need to do is just to use your mouse or slide your finger on the screen, and you can draw. Once you are done, you all you have to do is press play, and you can, just like Kandinsky, hear your drawing. And there's another detail as well. By changing the colors, the instruments are also modified. So it's a very cool tool, even for kids who are learning how to write, because they can write their name and they can listen their name in a musical way. So it's different to understand how ABC sounds and how ABC sounds in a musical way. It's very creative, okay? The last one is the oscillators. So you can't help but falling in love with oscillators. An oscillator makes sound vibrate at a constant rate, known as its frequency, sorry, which is what defines the pitch of the tone. So to play with the oscillators, you can simply drag your finger up and down to change the frequency, or swipe to hear different types of oscillators. The kids just love it because they are very funny. Okay, so music is very important to bring to connect to students and to bring them together. So when we bring music into the classroom, we get our students to explore the content in a different way, making new connections and emotional memories. So try to make some music in your class and let me know if you like it. Here's my social media, so you can add me if you want to. And now I'm going to share with you from Music Lab. So we are going to take a quick look in those tools and how they work. So you just type Chrome Music Lab. So shared piano is the first one. As you can see, if you roll down the screen, you can see the 14 tools. So we're going to take a look on the shared piano. It's the first one. Here it is. You have the keyboard where you can play. Can you hear it? So here, it's just one person inside this link. It's a classroom inside a shared piano. So you can change the instrument. You have the drum kit, marimba, piano, strings, woodwind. For example, marimba. And if you copy this link here and share with your students, they will get inside this. I'm going to share with our team here. Maybe they could put on the chat. So the first 10 people who get inside will play together with me here. Okay. So thank you, Miss Linda, for being here. So let's see if you were able to get inside this link that I have shared with you. I'm not sure if you have received it. But anyways, if you play here and you save, I think you're not you can't see, but there's a button here where you can save, so you can share what you are playing with your students. Okay, let me check. This is Chrome Music Lab. Thank you, Theodore. So when you open this, there's a button where you can save your composition, everything that is played inside the shared piano. Okay, I will change the tool now because we don't have so much time. I'm going to show you the song maker option is the second one. And this is, I think song maker is the most powerful musical tool inside Chrome Music Lab because you can change scales and everything. So for example, I will write hello in Portuguese here, which is oi. And I can play what I write here. So so you can change the instrument as well. Let me show you. It's very funny. You can make it faster. You can put some drums here. So you can write, you can draw. Grace has written on chat. It looks like art and music in the same dimension. Yes, it's really cool, isn't it? So the possibilities here are huge. So you can save it. Every student can save it for later, and you can just copy this link, or you can download as a MIDI or WAV, or you can embed the code in a website, for example. So it's very easy to use, okay? And I'm going to share the next possibility, which is rhythm with the little animals that I told you before. And we have these monkeys, for example. So here you can change, you can pick whatever you want, and you can play. So for example, if I want to play with this little monkey here, I need to clap my hands when this triangle plays together with at the same time with this little monkey. I will do here, but due to the latency, probably will go wrong. It's just an example. And you have 5 skims. This one. Grace, you can create your rhythm here using these tools, okay? She's asking if there's any genre that we can use. You can create, okay? And we have the Kandinsky. We almost done. Kandinsky is my favorite one, actually, because you can listen to your draw. So I will type my name. So as I told you, if you have a kid who is learning how to write their names, it's a very cool possibility with geometric shapes. You can listen to your draw. And when you change the color, it changes the instrument. So you can listen to numbers, you can listen to letters, you can listen to shapes. It's a very cool tool. And the last one that I have chosen for today is the oscillators. They are very funny, and the kids just love them because they are these guys. So you just hold it. It's very funny. And kids just love them. And you can create oscillators using paper. It's just an idea. You can kids can draw their own oscillators and using paper, so they can use their voices with the paper, trying to create their own oscillators. So it's a hands-on experience. So it's very funny. We have 4, I think 4. It's very fun. And the last one. So, I know we don't have much time to talk about them. It's just a few ideas, and I really hope you can use Music Lab inside your classrooms, and let me know if you do so. Okay, and I want to thank all the team from the Temu Pendidik Nusantara. Is it right? Temu
Right.
Pendidik for this invitation and for all your work during this week. Okay, thank you so much. If you have any questions, just let me know.
Okay. Okay, Priscilla. It is so fun. And thank you very much for your new insight, and we are learn new things and amazing presentation of you. Okay, Priscilla, give applause for Miss Priscilla. Okay. Okay, now our second speaker
Saya
is
penjual
Miss
batik.
Lisza Megasari.
Awalnya saya nggak pernah nyimpan uang di bank.
From SLB Negeri Binjai,
Semua
Indonesia.
keuntungan saya simpan di toko. Kalau di rumah ya saya simpan di bawah bantal. Semenjak kena kebakaran uang saya hangus semua sampai ludes. Habis. Semenjak itu saya sadar saya harus nabung di bank, nyimpen uang di bank. Ya biar aman dan tentram. Ya pastinya bank kita ya harus ada yang jamin, ya toh?
Simpanan Anda di bank dijamin hingga 2 miliar rupiah.
Our
Hello,
second
Miss Ayu.
speaker is
Okay.
Hello, Melissa. How are you today?
I'm fine and so excited.
Wow, I'm so excited too.
Yeah.
Okay, and her presentation today is about how to teach reading to deaf student using a fingerspelling in Indonesia Sign Language. Okay, Miss Lisa, time is yours.
Okay. Just a second. Hmm. Is it seen? Okay. Thank you, Miss Ayu, and thank you, Miss Pri. We've talked a little bit before the live begin, yeah. Miss Pri, the sign name. It's really fun, right, guys? Everybody who comes to this session, it's really fun hearing about the presentation from Miss Pri, and then. My name is Lisza Megasari. You can call me Miss Ega, just like what Miss Ayu said before, introduced me before. I'm the teacher of SLB Negeri Binjai. It's a special school, state special school for special needs students from North Sumatra, Indonesia. Sumatra is one of 5 big island in Indonesia. I'm from the north, North Sumatra. And the title of this session is How to Teach Reading to the Deaf Students Using Fingerspelling in Indonesian Sign Language atau Bisindo. Bahasa Isyarat Indonesia. In Bahasa we said that, Bisindo. Indonesian Sign Language. You can contact me in my Instagram at Lisza Megasari. Miss Ayu, how many hours? So how many hours? How many minutes I can present? Maybe you can give me a clue in the column.
20 time.
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Okay, 20 minutes. Okay. 20 minutes. Okay. Let's begin. The question is how to teach reading to the deaf students. We know deaf students, they do not hear. Yeah. All of my deaf friends, the adult one, they always tell me that it's wrong if you said that we cannot hear, we cannot listen. No, we don't listen. It's different. So how to teach reading to deaf students who do not hear, who do not listen? Okay, they do not speak. Now, it's wrong to say they cannot speak. It is they do not speak. So how to teach reading to students who is deaf and who do not speak? It's a very main question here. So how about teaching reading in Indonesia? A lot of students still using spelling to teach reading to hearing students in Indonesia. For example, the word bola in bahasa Indonesia bola, in English we call it ball, will be spelled this way: bola, beobo, ala, bola. In Indonesia, a lot of teachers still use spelling to teach reading to hearing students. How can we do the same thing to deaf students? How can we teach deaf students to read by saying them, come on, please spell the word bola, beobo, ala, bola. The deaf student do not hear that. The deaf student do not speak. So the spelling cannot be happen. So what should a teacher do, a special teacher do? Okay. How can we teach reading by spelling to the deaf students who do not talk? That's the next question, right? So I have my past experience. Long ago, as teacher, I used to use verbal reading. So you can say I forced the deaf students to speak. Come on, you can do it. Just say it. Bo, al, la, bo, la. I forced them to do that. And then I become disappointed. Why? Because not all deaf students able to use verbal in reading. The differences in students' residual hearing, it makes the difficulties bigger. Residual hearing is different students have different residual hearing. For example, some students may have residual hearing in about 130 decibel. That means he cannot hear the voice of a bomb. But some students have residual hearing in about 100 decibel. He still hear the bomb. He still hear if his friends or her friend slammed the door in front of him, or maybe when you knock out the table, or if you use big voice, this kind of students will hear because they have residual hearing in 100 decibel. But it's different between students. The bigger the residual hearing, the less the ability to speak. So this way of teaching reading for them, verbal reading, is not effective. And I always disappointed about that. Oh, what should I do? Most of my students cannot read. So one day, my friend, my deaf friend, the adult one, give me the journal from the Laudet University in 2010. The title is The Importance of Fingerspelling for Reading. The experiment said that the deaf family always use fingerspelling when communicate with their deaf children. Why? Because the deaf parents realized the importance of fingerspelling in visual learning. You know, the deaf students have a bigger tenses in visual learning, despite of hearing learning. The experiment said also in the age of 20 months, deaf children from deaf parents have similar vocabulary with the hearing child who learn verbal language. Deaf children and hard of hearing or HOH children whom older from the deaf family have more possibility to read than who come from the hearing family. So I must explain a little bit. Not all the deaf children comes from the deaf parents. Some of them come from the deaf parents, but some of them come from the hearing parents. Yeah, her mother and her father, or his mother and his father, are both are a hearing person, but then they have deaf children. Now, the hearing parents usually didn't teach about fingerspelling to their deaf children, but the deaf parents keep using fingerspelling to their deaf children, and that according to the Accredited University in their experiment 2010, this type of parents who deaf have deaf children who has a more vocabulary. Because of what? Because of the fingerspelling. Fingerspelling contributes to this success. Once again, also the research of ability to read and language skill in deaf student grade 3 to 7 in Indonesia about kelas 7 SD to kelas 1 SMP, yeah, grades 3 to 7, shows that the understanding about the structure of American Sign Language, ASL in Indonesia, Indonesian Sign Language or Bisindo, including fingerspelling, and once more, the habits from deaf adults in Indonesia, I think all over the world, they always use fingerspelling when trying to understand a new word. So, if you use you want to teach reading to the deaf students without using fingerspelling, you will have the difficulties that just like what I faced long ago. So, fingerspelling, according to this research, these two research have will make the teach for reading will be more effective. How? This one, how to teach reading with fingerspelling. The first is to use to introduce new concept and or new vocabulary. You use chaining. Chaining means, teacher provides many ways for students to learn new word and concept. Teacher can use real object. For example, to bola, what I said before. Teacher can use real object. Just bring the real ball to the class, to in front of the students. Or maybe you can use the picture of the ball. Or multimedia, you can use the video where some children play the ball. You can use that to ensure the deaf student understand the concept. The teacher means ball, bola in Bahasa. And after that, after you show the real object, the real picture or multimedia of the word that you want to teach the reading to the deaf students, and then you use to connect it to sign language using what? Fingerspelling first. So you say, this is a ball, children. This is a ball. Okay, the sign language, the Indonesian sign language is ball, bola. Use this sign, bola. But to make sure they can read the word bola, use the finger spelling. The finger spelling B-O-L-A. Yeah, it's not only you show the real object or maybe give the sign of the object, you should finger spelling it. B-O-L-A, or in Indonesia, B-O-L-A. But you don't have to say the words. You just say O-La. Not spelling it B-O-L-A, no, but Bo-La, like that. This, after the chaining, you can use sandwich, just like sandwich. What's the meaning of sandwiching? It's the technique which is used fingerspelling and sign language back and forth, back and forth. This method will strengthen the equality of Indonesian Sign Language, Bisindo, and the other side, Bahasa Indonesia. Bahasa, if we want to teach a reading to deaf students, we will teach them to read Bahasa Indonesia. Bola, Bahasa Indonesia. But the sign language, still the same, ball. You keep using, back and forth, switch the using of fingerspelling and sign language. Okay? It's a ball, the real object, ball. Show to the students. And then keep saying, not saying, signing ball, bola, and then sandwiching it, bola. And then don't forget to write it. Write bola, and then teach them to read it. Bola. Not words, not letter by letter, but syllables. You can see in my share screen, in the middle, the picture in the middle, there's a card. The deaf students makes the card from it's a recycled paper. Yeah, we don't buy the paper. It's from a cereal box or milk box, and then we cut it, and then I tried to involve the students to write and then to color the card using a ya, huruf A, O, U in English, I, E, and then E, A. Okay. After the students understand A, O, U, E, A, and then the next level is to create or make the second card. Ba, not B-A, no, but the syllables ba, bo, bu, bi, be. You can see in the middle picture, right? And then after that, you can use the finger spelling, bo, la. Okay, the last slide. It's a little bit about Indonesian Sign Language alphabet. It's a little bit different from ASL, yeah, because in Indonesian Sign Language, we use two hands to sign A, B, C, D. It's different with American Sign Language, who usually use one hand, A, B, C, D. It's okay because the sign language is creates used by the deaf community, depends on their culture, the deaf culture from different region, different place, different culture makes different sign language. Okay, that's it. If there's one inspiration that you got based on our sharing today, please mention at Lisza Megasari or at Kampus Guru Cika or at Guru Belajar ID. Okay, thank you. Salam dari Binjai. Okay, Miss Apple. It's my
Okay,
children. Okay.
Salam dari Binjai. Okay, thank you very much, Mrs. L, for your new
You're
insight.
welcome.
And we all learn new things. And thank you very much, amazing presentation. Okay. Okay, next we are.
Nama saya Ibeng. Dulunya saya karyawan. tapi kena PHK. Kok ya nggak kepikiran buat nabung. Nggak tahu kenapa males. Saya coba usaha angkringan. Alhamdulillah rame. Dari hasil usaha angkringan ini, keuntungannya terus saya tabung. Tapi nabung juga nggak sembarangan. Harus di bank. Kan ada yang jamin.
Simpanan Anda di bank dijamin hingga 2 miliar rupiah.
Okay, now we are a Q&A session. For all the participants, if you have a question, please write down in comment. And I will read for our speaker. Okay. Let's see the comment. Please, the all participants.
While people,
if you have a question, write down.
While people is texting their questions, I really need to say thank you, Ms. Ega, for sharing this experience, because as a music teacher, it's a challenge to deal with deaf students, and
Yeah.
I had this experience with twice. I worked with deaf students in my music classes, and I received my name in my sign, which is this one. Priscilla is they gave me this sign, so and I decided to work with body percussion, so they could feel the beat and they could participate in an active way. So I remember teaching them this kind of body percussion. And they loved it, but it's really a challenge for me as a music teacher to work with deaf students, and I really need to learn more about it. So thank you so much for sharing your experience.
Thank you so much, Priscilla. Yeah, you are right. Deaf student can feel the beat. Yeah, they can feel the beat. Uh, I believe music is a universal language, and deaf students has right to uh, explore the music, to listen by the beat. It's very touching the way you try to teach music to them. Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
believe they love you because they give you the the sign name,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Not all people have the 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 honor to
Honored.
receive, yeah, to receive the sign name.
Yeah, my
It's
sign
it's
name.
it's
I'm
your
very
honor.
happy because I have one.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Grace, Grace has
Okay.
asked about this
Now
genre.
we have
I
a
have
question
told her about you can
from
Grace can write um, her own rhythm using Music Lab, but it does not have something ready to use.
Okay, great. Thank you, Miss Priscilla.
Thank you.
Answer the question. Okay. Next question from wait from Theodora Baswara. Okay, wait.
Yeah, I think it's for me. The question is for me, Miss Ayu. Thank you, Mr. Theodore. From what age can children learn finger spelling? From the day they're born. Yeah, there's a research in America. I believe in British, US also, the Europe also. The hearing child, if you teach sign language to the hearing child from the day they're born, it will increase the ability to talk. There's a research. You know, hearing children. I talk about hearing children first. Hearing children usually can talk about in the age of 1 year or 2 years. Yeah. Before that, when their age is still before 1 year, 10 months, 5 months, 6 months, they cannot talk, but they want to communicate with their parents. A lot of researchers suggest to use the sign language. The baby can use, when they cry, they can use this sign to say that they are hungry and they want to eat or they want to drink. But this kind of research using sign language for the hearing children is common in abroad, not in Indonesia. It's okay, not in Indonesia, it's okay. But from the question from Mr. Theodore, from what age can children learn finger spelling? Maybe deaf children. The suggestion is from the beginning, he or she was born, you can teach the finger spelling. You can show the ball. Oh, this is the ball to the 3 months baby. This is the ball, and then you use the sign language ball, and then you can finger spell it just to make sure they understand. Oh, there are another way of communication instead of speaking. You can sign. You can use your body language. You can use your expression, because communication is not about word. Communication is not about, it's not only about word. Communication is also about body expression, about gesture, about body language, about expression, and about the way your eyes talk, isn't it? I believe in that. Yeah, Sir Mr. Theodore. So use finger spelling just from the day they were born. That's it, Miss Ayu.
Okay, thank you, Miss Liza and Miss Priscilla, for your new insight for us. And thank you very much
Miss Ayu,
for
there's
our
another
amazing
question
speakers
for
today.
Pri. Miss Ayu, Mr. Theodore want to
Yeah,
ask
this
something.
enough.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, one more.
Which one you use the most?
Okay,
Why?
okay, Miss
Um,
Priscilla.
well, I use Songmaker the most, because as a music teacher, I think Songmaker is the most powerful one, because I can choose the scale, if it's minor or major. I can change the tempo. I can record it. So you can transcribe a music score into the Songmaker. So as a music teacher, it ends up that I use Songmaker the most, but Kandinsky is from lives in my heart, because you can I think it's the most beautiful one, the Kandinsky, because you can draw a flower and you can make music with your flower, with the sun, with your name. So I think it's beautiful. It's another way to create music by drawing, and I think it's totally different. And maybe, as Miss Iga told, um, maybe is Kandinsky could be a tool for deaf students, because they can uh, draw music even though they cannot hear it, but they can compose by seeing what they are doing. and they can share it with just to feel to make part of the group. And I think it's really important when you have a deaf student in your class, because they have the right, and Miss Lisza told the perfect word, they have the right to be part of the group, so they can make music, they can understand. So I think I just loved that you put us together, because it really does make sense for me. And thank you, Theodore, for this question. And so that's why I love Kandinsky, and I think it's powerful. But as a music teacher, I use song maker more than the other ones. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Okay, thank you very much for our amazing speakers today. Give applause for our speakers. And of course, all of you, the participants today. Okay. Good morning, and good evening for all of you around the world. Okay, see you again in Temu Pendidik Nusantara next year. See you. Bye, all of you.
Dengan pengumuman ini, maka pengurus bank diminta agar tidak meninggalkan Indonesia guna penyelesaian likuidasi.
Pada tahun 1997 hingga 1998, badai krisis moneter dan perbankan menghantam Indonesia. Masyarakat berbondong-bondong antri di bank dan ATM untuk menarik dana mereka.
Presiden meminta Menteri Keuangan sama Gubernur BI untuk mengambil langkah-langkah menghadapi permasalahan ini di perbankan. Bank yang sudah tidak bisa ditolong, tutup aja. Bank yang masih bisa diselamatkan, ya apakah harus merger atau langkah-langkah lain supaya dibantu. Nah itu nanti bulan November itu dicabut izin 16 bank.
Kekacauan terjadi di mana-mana. Situasi chaos ini disebabkan hilangnya kepercayaan dari masyarakat terhadap perbankan. 16 bank saat itu kolaps.
Wah ini bagaimana? Uang saya hilang. Bayangkan kalau orang waktu itu uangnya ratusan juta aja udah besar sekali. Sehingga bulan Desember itu ada surat dari Mensesnek ya, kepada BI dan Menteri Keuangan untuk membantu. Eksplisit disebutkan keluarkan BLBI, bantuan likuiditas Bank Indonesia. Itu Desember itu.
Berdasarkan pengalaman pahit atas tumbangnya 16 bank, Undang-Undang Nomor 10 Tahun 1998 tentang perbankan dikeluarkan.
Saya melihat BPPN itu selalu babak belur berhadapan kalau diadu dengan Undang-Undang KUH Perdata. Saya kemudian bilang, saya mau untuk membangun LPS itu dengan undang-undang. Nggak mau saya dengan PP. Gitu.
Pada 22 September 2004, Undang-Undang Republik Indonesia Nomor 24 tentang Lembaga Penjamin Simpanan disahkan. Berdasarkan undang-undang ini, LPS merupakan lembaga independen yang berfungsi menjamin simpanan nasabah penyimpan. Lembaga ini pun turut aktif dalam memelihara stabilitas sistem perbankan sesuai dengan kewenangannya. Setahun kemudian, tepatnya pada 22 September 2005, LPS resmi beroperasi.
Negara-negara lain juga masih mengalami krisis ya. Di Australia, perbankan juga, kemudian di Singapura, Malaysia, Hong Kong. Tapi terus terang waktu kita mendirikan LPS kita banyak mengadap model dari inilah Kanada gitu ya. Karena memang itu model yang cukup bagus lah itu diambil gitu ya mengenai lembaga penjamin simpanan. Jadi waktu itu memang pemerintah tuh sudah menyiapkan ya kan undang-undang LPS. Saya ingat waktu saya di asuransian di Kementerian Keuangan, tugas saya memang selain katakanlah melakukan pengawasan, juga tugas lainnya adalah diminta menyiapkan undang-undang LPS.
Major financial institutions have teetered on the edge of collapse, and some have failed.
Krisis keuangan yang berawal di Amerika Serikat pada tahun 2007, dampaknya mulai dirasakan ke seluruh dunia, termasuk negara-negara berkembang pada tahun 2008. Di Indonesia, imbas krisis keuangan tersebut mulai terasa terutama menjelang akhir 2008. Dampak krisis keuangan global yang paling terasa adalah ketatnya likuiditas di pasar uang antar bank. Penurunan harga saham yang tajam, potensi meningkatnya kredit bermasalah, serta derasnya aliran modal keluar yang menekan nilai tukar rupiah. LPS pun memasuki babak baru dalam pelaksanaan fungsinya, yaitu untuk menyehatkan kembali PT Bank Senturi Tbk. Upaya yang ditempuh nyatanya berbuah manis. Bank Senturi keluar dari status dalam pengawasan khusus oleh Bank Indonesia pada 11 Agustus 2009. Kinerja keuangan PT Bank Senturi pun terus diperbaiki hingga memenuhi ketentuan tentang kesehatan bank. Pada akhirnya, sejak 3 Oktober 2009, Bank Senturi secara resmi berganti nama menjadi PT Bank Mutiara Tbk.
Pada tahun 2014, bulan November 20, kita lakukan RUPS LB, penjualan pengalihan saham dari LPS kepada pemenang, yaitu G-Trust dari Jepang. Ya. Perusahaan yang juga bergerak di bidang keuangan, yang mempunyai aktivitas investasi keuangan di luar Jepang, yang telah juga dinyatakan oleh OJK lulus dalam fit and proper test. Harga yang disepakati 4,4 triliun, ekuivalen dengan recovery rate 55%, ekuivalen dengan price to book ratio yang 3,2 kali. Ya. Jumlah ini 3,2 kali jauh di atas rata-rata price to book value dari jual beli perbankan di Indonesia yang 2 kali. Ya. Perlu kami sampaikan bahwa indemnity tidak diberikan oleh LPS. Kita menjual bank apa adanya tanpa mengakseptasi risiko-risiko yang muncul di kemudian hari.
Dalam perjalanannya, DPR dan pemerintah mengesahkan Undang-Undang Pencegahan dan Penanganan Krisis Sistem Keuangan atau PPKSK. Undang-undang ini memberikan mandat baru bagi LPS, terutama dalam penanganan krisis keuangan. Sidang Paripurna Dewan Perwakilan Rakyat pun menyetujui pengesahan Undang-Undang PPKSK secara aklamasi pada 17 Maret 2016 dan diundangkan pada 15 April 2016. Undang-Undang PPKSK juga memberikan kesempatan kepada LPS untuk masuk lebih awal ke dalam bank sistemik yang mengalami permasalahan solvabilitas. Langkah ini tentunya untuk menentukan resolusi penyihatan yang tepat.
Dengan sekarang disahkannya Undang-Undang PPKSK, peranan dan tantangan LPS menjadi semakin besar. Kalau pada saat yang lalu adalah betul-betul menjaga dan memberikan jaminan bagi simpanan masyarakat di perbankan, peranan LPS sekarang meningkat menjadi pelaksana program restrukturisasi perbankan.
LPS juga memperoleh metode baru dalam penanganan bank sistemik seperti halnya pengalihan sebagian atau seluruh aset dan kewajiban kepada bank lain atau disebut juga purchase and assumption. Kemudian, LPS dapat melakukan metode penggunaan bank perantara untuk menerima pengalihan sebagian atau seluruh aset dan kewajiban dari bank sistemik tersebut, serta penyertaan modal sementara yang telah diatur dalam Undang-Undang LPS. Undang-Undang PPKSK juga memberikan mandat kepada LPS untuk melaksanakan program restrukturisasi perbankan atau PRP dalam kondisi tertentu, seperti krisis sistem keuangan dan permasalahan sektor perbankan yang membahayakan perekonomian nasional.
Di dalam proses yang paling terakhir khususnya, itu perlu ada penguatan. Disinilah peran LPS, tugas dan wewenang LPS tidak lagi hanya sekedar menjamin simpanan masyarakat, tetapi juga memperkuat proses penanganan bank. Dan di dalam Undang-Undang PPKSK ini, tugas dan kewenangan LPS itu menjadi lebih luas. Dari sebelumnya hanya Paybox Plus menjadi juga sebagai otoritas di bidang resolusi bank.
Perkembangan sektor perbankan yang dinamis seiring dengan adanya kebutuhan internal membuat LPS melaksanakan program transformasi dengan latar belakang Undang-Undang PPKSK. Program ini diawali dengan perubahan visi dan misi LPS. Visi LPS adalah menjadi lembaga yang terdepan, terpercaya, dan diakui di tingkat nasional dan internasional dalam menjamin simpanan nasabah dan melaksanakan resolusi bank untuk mendorong dan memelihara stabilitas sistem keuangan. Sedangkan misi LPS adalah berkomitmen untuk menyelenggarakan penjamin simpanan yang efektif dalam rangka melindungi nasabah, melaksanakan resolusi bank yang efektif dan efisien, melaksanakan penanganan krisis melalui restrukturisasi bank yang efektif dan efisien, dan berperan aktif dalam mendorong dan memelihara stabilitas sistem keuangan nasional. Berdasarkan data per Agustus 2021, jumlah rekening simpanan yang dijamin LPS telah mencapai di atas target, yaitu 99,92% atau lebih dari 360 juta rekening. Angka ini melebihi target yang ditetapkan Undang-Undang LPS sebesar 90%.
Jadi sekarang saya tidak takut lagi buat nabung di bank yang lain dikarenakan ada penjamin yang namanya LPS.
Saya merasa senang. Ternyata itu benar-benar LPS itu menjaminnya 100%.
Alhamdulillah itu udah ada info dari bank, di bank itu sudah ditangani oleh LPS. Saya senang lah. Terima kasih kepada LPS.
LPS yang menjamin uang kita. Terima kasih LPS.
LPS bersama anggota KSSK, yakni Kementerian Keuangan, Bank Indonesia, dan OJK, melakukan koordinasi dan komunikasi secara intensif demi terciptanya sinergi kebijakan untuk menjaga stabilitas keuangan dalam rangka mendorong pemulihan ekonomi nasional.
Di usia 16 tahun ini, LPS berkomitmen untuk terus berinovasi dan memperbaiki diri, karena kami sadar amanah yang diberikan dan tantangan yang kami hadapi semakin berat. Kami berkomitmen untuk menjaga kepercayaan nasabah perbankan melalui program penjaminan simpanan dan resolusi bank. Pada kesempatan ini, izinkan saya mengucapkan terima kasih kepada seluruh masyarakat Indonesia atas dukungannya kepada LPS. Kami juga mengapresiasi pemerintah, DPR RI, regulator, dan industri perbankan yang telah bekerja keras bahu-membahu dalam menjaga stabilitas sistem keuangan dan mendorong perekonomian nasional.